We back. And we black. Because we back. And we black. And we black. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to have you all here this morning or whenever you may be watching the playback. Welcome to another broadcast. I appreciate you being here this morning. Last night we had a phenomenal show. I want to give a shout out to all the people who were on the panel. Shout out to E Black. Shout out to Chris, the Bloomer Ebony. Shout out to CKQ. Shout out to M3. Shout out to Hall of Fame. Shout out to, I hope I'm not missing, Caprice. Shout out to KC. Shout out to everybody who rocked with me last night, man. So I wanna say thank you to everybody who watched. It was a great show, and can't wait to do it again. What's good, Teddy? I see you in the chat early. Thank you for rocking with a player. Thank you for rocking with a player this morning. I appreciate it. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to discuss what male nurses can learn from PJ Washington. What male, and not just male nurses, but any male who is successful, who makes a lot of money, who is a decent looking guy, who just has it going on for themselves. I really want to discuss what can be learned from the PJ Washington situation. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I'm not claiming to be like a basketball expert or anything like that. I'm a casual fan. I tune in when there's something going on. But for those of you who don't know, who are not aware of what's going on, PJ Washington is an NBA rookie. I believe he was the 12th draft pick out of the draft, and he is now a father of a little boy from what I know, and shout out to that. But he is now the father of a young boy, and he had it by known groupie. I know, and shout out to that. Brittany Renner, older chick. PJ Washington is 22 years old, from what I've seen. But let me double check. Let me backtrack. PJ Washington age. PJ Washington is 22 years old. He's the same age as my baby brother. He was born 1 month earlier than my baby brother. Exactly. Well, like a day. My brother's birthday is September 24th. His birthday is August 23rd. He was the first round draft pick. 12th. He currently plays for the Charlotte Hornets. And what is so disturbing about this is that this could have been prevented. It could have been prevented because allegedly he's paying $200,000 a month in child support. Now, again, that's hearsay. People are saying that. That's what TMZ is reporting and everything like that. And I don't really care about that, but I just care about the issue. I care about saving these young men from the trap, because it is a trap. And let's not get it twisted. Oh, he's going to pay. It may not be 200K. It may not, you know what I'm saying? It may not be that much, but trust me, you're going to pay. There's no getting around that. And I get it. Dude may be balling. I don't know what his net worth is. I try not to count other men's pockets, but nonetheless, you're going to pay, whether you like it or not. Teddy, if you want to join in on the convo, you gotta do is click the link. It's in the description, and I'll post it. But anyway, like I was saying, he's going to pay. Now, why am I relating this to my nurses, right? Because I am a nurse. For those of you who don't know, I am a licensed practical nurse. Changed my life in 11 months, moved up to a different tax bracket, all that good stuff. But I'm talking to the nurses because that's what I can personally relate to. But you don't necessarily have to be a nurse to get this game. You can be a truck driver. They make paper. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, work in the plant, be a supervisor in the plant, whatever you do, just realize, successful man, that you are a target. You may not be an NFL, NBA athlete, but you are the next best thing. And that is the point I wanted to hammer home. But before I get into that, I want to share something with you. Because if you don't think that, because it's not anything that's a secret. Groupies have been finessing athletes for decades. I mean, it is what it is. But I want to show you a video of how intentional some of these chicks are. Oh my god. Let me see. Let me see. Some of these chicks are very intentional with their actions. If I can get to the damn video. But okay, so here it is. So an old video has resurfaced of Brittany Renner, and she's pretty much telling these chicks that if you want, if you want to get an easy payday, just screw an athlete. They're dumb. And she's right for the most part. Some of them are dumb. Now, she has been known to, she wanted to get close to Kaepernick and everything, and Kaepernick made her fly herself out. She didn't get flued out by Kaepernick. Kaepernick made her fly herself out. What's cracking, Brianna? Good morning. But yeah, she said if you want to get an easy payday, just F an athlete. I'm going to play this video. I wish I could.
The worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. The worst people to deal.
Let me stop the music for 1 second so y'all can really hear that. Because I'm gonna show you how intentional. Because women will make their points clear. They're telling themselves. I mean, it's not. Let me see. Come on.
The worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
Did you hear that evil laugh after? Girl, judge.
Play it one more time.
The worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
Did you hear that evil laugh after? Girl, judgment free zone, but we don't like when guys kiss and tell, so keep some things private. Nonetheless, you had raw, unprotected sex with how many athletes? According to her, she slept with 11 athletes, 5 entertainers, and 8, quote, regular dudes.
You don't know why in 2018 that's any of your fucking business or why it matters. But 24, 11 athletes, woo! 5 entertainers, woo! 8 regular guys. Woo! I've only fucked 3 regular guys since I've been Instagram famous.
She didn't provide any receipts or names.
The worst people to deal.
I believe her. I 100% believe her. I 100% believe her when she says she screwed 11 athletes. I mean, this chick is known for going to the college games and, getting some male prospects and everything like that. Is what she's known for. That's what she's known for. And I believe her when she said that she screwed 5 athletes or 11 athletes, 5 entertainers, blah, 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 blah. Now, PJ Renner was the only one dumb enough to run up in her raw. What is wrong with you niggas? What is wrong with you niggas? Do you niggas not have no game? Do you niggas not have any game? Like, come on, fam. Like, really, what's the deal, bro? Like, I don't understand. You niggas get so thrown off by a decent looking light-skinned chick. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And I'm going to play the video one more time for the people who may just be joining in. Male nurses, y'all have to protect your seed, and not just male nurses, but to all the males out there that are productive, successful, making that bag. Protect your seed. This woman did not come to play with you. These chicks are not coming to play with you. They know it is a matter of survival. The game is real. To all you young male nurses out there, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. And shout out to Chicago Rilla, man. I sent you the link by accident, player, but hey, if you want to jump on, jump on. But anyway, like I was saying, these women are not coming to play with you. It's not a game. It's a matter of survival. My young nurses out there, I know what it's like. You making a lot of money, 20, and I think about the homie Najir when I say this, man, because Najir is a good looking guy, tall, built. He's making a lot of money right now. Najir and all you nurses like Najir, y'all are targets. If they can't get the NBA guys, they can't get the athletes, the doctors, the lawyers, the nurses, y'all are next. The truck drivers, y'all are next on the list. Don't get it twisted. They're always watching. My teachers told me this in school. Shout out to Miss Burks. Miss Burks told us this. Miss Burks was like, you be careful, because you're a target, player. You a target. You definitely a target. Let me play the video one more time. What is... Shout out to Rihanna. He said, what is wrong? Yeah, what is wrong? Hold on. Let me play this one more time.
What are the athletes? None of them use condoms, really.
None of them.
Y'all really want to try
none
to
of them. She said none of them use condoms. Now this broad is admitting she's nasty, but she's being honest with you. It's a very honest moment. One more time.
Worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
Did you hear that evil laugh after? Girl, judgment-free zone, but we don't like when guys kiss and tell, so keep some things private. Nonetheless, you had Raw.
What she meant was, what this chick right here meant was, we don't like you spilling our tea publicly. We want these niggas to remain dumb. That's what she really means. She was trying to talk in girl code. But Brittany Renner is really messing it up for the other chicks out here. No, she's not, because niggas are always going to be dumb. And when I say niggas, I don't mean just black. I mean white niggas, Latino niggas, all types of niggas. They're all going to, sometimes they're all, not sometimes, but you're just going to have dumb niggas in the world. You're going to have dumb dudes. Let me say that. I need to stop saying that. I need to stop saying that. But let me take this out. I'm going to bring the homie Teddy G in. Teddy, what's cracking?
Hey, what up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man.
Okay, cool.
What's good? You see the video I just played?
Yeah, I seen the video, man, and I mean, the game is real, man. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm not an athlete. I'm not. I don't make millions of stuff, but the game is real. And back when I was in high school, after high school, I had went to high school with a young lady that had like 5 kids. All of a sudden she's trying to find a good man. But she said something that made me really think and realize what's going on. She said, you don't have 5 babies by one man. You have 5 babies by 5 different men, and make sure it's his first child, because that way she can get the most money.
What? Say that one more time for the people who may not have heard that. I need you to say that one more time.
So she said, yeah, you can have 5 kids, even 10 kids, but you do not have 5 babies by one man. You have 5 babies by 5 different men, because now I don't know how it is in different states, but in the state of Missouri, If you go have a child by a man that's already paying child support, you're going to get less because there's less to take from because he's already paying child support. However, if you have a child by the man's first baby, you're going to get the most amount. So she had 5 kids, and out of that, 4 of them was from 4 different fathers, and she was getting somewhere in the amount of $500 per child from each man.
Mhm.
So she sat down and she figured this out. I mean, she really put some effort into trying to figure this out. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this is deep because if she go out there and have 5 kids by 5 different men and you get 500 a pop, that's like $2,500 a month. She don't have to work. She have no incentive to go work.
Mm. Mm-mm. That's horrible.
And I mean, it's real. And then even one time, well, back in the day, probably about 4 years ago, I had a young lady say, "Oh yeah, we should get married." Now, usually when you ask a woman, "Why do you want to marry?" they usually say something on the lines of, "Oh, I love you. I want to be with you. We complete." This chick straight up told me, "I want to marry you because it's security for me."
Mm.
I'm like, "What?" Hey,
Yeah.
I respect her being honest,
Yeah. Well,
but I'm
that's
like,
what.
man, this is what not all the women. There are really some true hearted kind of loving women out here, but
Oh, yeah, of course.
maybe it's just the ones that I attract. I mean, it's sad, and that's one reason why I kind of stay to myself. Like I say, I don't make millions, but I do make well over 6 figures a year, and I just can't get caught up like that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's a horrible thing, man. And I just a lot of these dudes don't grow up with good examples of how to vet properly. Um, like I said, if you just do some simple research on Brittany Renner, you know what she's about. She's made it clear before this guy was in the league. She said that athletes are dumb. They don't use condoms. If you want a check, all you have to do is come up on the athletes. And I wanted to send this message to, like I said, the young nurses out there because I think of my brother Najir. He's a young guy, nice looking guy. You know what I'm saying? Got the whole world ahead
Hmm.
of him. And he's 22, 23 years old, 24, I think. And he's a target. I'm a target. You're a target. But and like I said, I just try to tell my brother. I know he be thinking that I'm, playing with him and we joking, but I be dead serious. I be like, fam, you are like this is real. The child support system is a very lucrative business. Child support lawyers, they make a lot of
Very yeah.
money. Family support lawyers make a lot of money. It is a very lucrative business, and that's why I say y'all have to value your seed. You have to pay attention to where your seed is going because if you don't,
Right.
you could end up paying $200,000 a month for child support. Like this man is allegedly doing. Now he may not be paying that. That may be capped, but he's paying something. Oh, he's gonna pay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's going to pay.
yeah. I
Let's
mean, I
not.
mean, it is a
We,
lucrative business because you send the YouTube up paying for a child just by being with a girl that's not yours.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, which is crazy. Like I really do feel I feel bad for a lot of these cats, man. Like I do feel bad, but then again I don't. But then again I do because I know that some of these men really don't know better. But you have too many examples in
Right,
today's age
right.
of men who have gotten finessed. And like I brought up on the show like weeks ago where my pops took that $20 from me and ripped it in half when I was like 10 years old. And he said, "This is what happens when you have a baby." That was it for me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Right,
I was like, that's
right.
all I needed. And like, don't get me wrong, I still, did crazy things, but like I said, I was still very intentional where I put my seed. Obviously, I don't have any children, so you just have to be careful, man. Like I know what it is. You see a pretty face, a pretty girl. She's telling you everything you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? She smell good. She got her nails done. It's just looking right. All that stuff. She telling
Uh,
you all how fly you are. You know what I'm saying? She telling you how big your dick is and how much you make her come, and you falling for all that bullshit. I mean, that's real.
You're right.
That's
You're
real.
right. Yeah, yeah. She gotta she gotta present that package to you.
Yeah. And
No.
like idiots, sometimes you fall for it and you end up giving this chick a baby. Like, bruh, you
Yep.
like she's set for life.
And
She said,
and
and like I said, a woman can live off your seed for the rest of her days. And like I said, ladies, we not bashing on you because there are some very good women out there, some good
yes,
thorough
there are.
women.
Yes, yes.
But
There are those that give you all a bad name though.
yeah, shout out to Chris. Chris was on the show last night, and she said that it's certain women that make it bad for women like her that really do want to be married and that really want to build a family and all that stuff like that. And I feel bad for her because a lot of women do mess it up for women like her that want something that's real. But
Yeah.
guys, you
Nah.
gotta be careful. Y'all have to be careful because, like I said, especially to my successful men. Let me see. Hold on. He said, bruh, whole lick and gave her an early retirement plan. That's a whole fact. She don't gotta work a day in her life ever again, bruh.
Man.
That's a whole, and
And
I'm like, why don't these dudes try to get custody? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that works because I don't have a child and I'm not in the court system. But I'm thinking like, why don't a lot of these men try to get custody of these kids?
at least at least at least try to get joint custody or something.
Because I'm just like, bruh, like my G, like it's getting crazy out here. Like I don't like the NBA. I don't know if they have some sort of educational program to try to prevent situations like this. Dudes and adults gonna do what they gonna do. But I'm wondering like if they have some sort of educational program where they tell young dudes like, hey, you may not want to get caught up in the groupies and everything like that. Like Brittany Renner is 30, almost 30 years old. Renner, in the realm of him, she's an old chick, an old broad. So she knew that the
She a
wall was
cougar.
coming. Right. She knew, and he's 22 years old. So she knew that the wall was coming for her. She had to come up quickly. And listen, this ain't no hate on Brittany Renner. If these niggas are dumb enough to come up in her raw after her saying the things that she's saying, I gotta pop my collar to her
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she has some finesse about herself, and she obviously did listen. When I was having discussions with Nurse Dial, and I said it's literally survival of the fittest out here. Some chicks are born to win. Some are born to lose. That's just what it is. Brittany Renner said, I want to be the winner. I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that if the dude was dumb enough to run up in her raw with no protection. That was very idiotic.
And,
Uh, Sack says, I don't think she making women look bad because she known to move in a certain way. And even if having a video saying what's she about, if a guy pick a chick like that, that's all on him. That's a whole fact. I have to agree
that's
with that. What
true.
was you about to
That's
say,
true.
Ted?
I was basically going to agree with the comment you just made. Even as a man, I mean, even if you make it to the age of 22 and you made it into the NBA, congratulations. And you finna make this million that you get these contracts. Somewhere in your brain is gonna say, "Hey, I'm finna become a target of everybody. I'm gonna have family coming after me for money. I'm gonna have groupies coming after me for money. It's gonna be women's trying to get in my pockets." As a man that's in that position, you have to make a better decision. I mean, you should want something better for yourself because there's too many stories of guys that got caught up and trapped And by the time they leave, the NBA, NFL, or whatever sports they was involved with, they damn near broke because of
Yeah.
that situation. I mean,
Yeah.
you got chicks out here, you know, and it's not like you making millions a year and somebody gonna pay child support where you only getting 500 a month. The system believes that if that the child should live the life that the father lives. So the more money you make, the more you gonna make in child support. It's just directly proportionate. So
Hmm.
as a man, no matter like you were saying, if you're a nurse, a truck driver, a CEO, a entrepreneur, you have to not only protect your seed, but you have to look after your financial situation. Now, let's say this young man 3 years from now wants to get married to a legitimate woman.
Hmm.
I mean, not look after your. Not too many women is going to be favorable because now you paying this groupie 200,000 a month or whatever you paying her. That's taking money out of the household that you're trying to establish and build a family with.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is why, I've said it several times. I've said it several times. Men with no kids should not date women with children because it is it is not a good situation most of the time because your resources are going to be taken away from your own children.
Yeah,
It's all said and done. They're going to be taken away. Now I'm not saying that you can't, and I'm not saying that every woman with a child is and that is going to be a bad situation. But I'm speaking in generalities here. And usually, when men with no children date women with kids, it does not work out really in his favor, even if they won't admit it. But it doesn't. I've been there. It's a shitty deal for the
unless
most part.
unless the kids is grown and they're established and they on their own. Hey, okay, your kids grown. Well, we much older now.
Right.
My
Well, but and that's different if you orders, but I'm talking like young dudes, like
oh yeah,
dudes in their 20s, early 20s, 30s with no children, have no business dating women with kids. I'm sorry, but they don't.
yeah,
They don't.
because you want to be equally yoked.
Mhm, absolutely. I couldn't in my right mind. Like I just couldn't in good faith tell a young man, like if my baby brother who's working hard, who's a man with no children, or my girl's nephew, who's a young dude, 13 years old. I couldn't in good faith tell them that once they get older, they found a chick who's 26, an older chick with a gang of kids, and they really love her. Should they do this? I would do everything in my power to save them dudes,
Yeah,
but you can't
yeah.
save everybody.
No,
You
you can't.
cannot save everybody. I'll be like, y'all have no business dealing with women like this. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You don't though. That's what my daddy told me, and that's look how I turned out. I turned out pretty good, and we just have to get back to mentorship. And you know what's crazy too? I'm gonna take it to a black thing. Why are black? And I know this probably happened to white athletes, but why are black athletes so prone to getting finessed out of money like that? Why do you think that is? Because you don't really see headlines about this happening to white athletes like that. Can you hear me,
I
Ted?
think, yeah. To be honest with you, I think that goes back and this delves down to. It's no secret that a lot of us grew up, not necessarily, maybe the ones on the show, but a lot of um, young men grew up without having father guidance in the home. Now, me and you was fortunate and blessed to have a father. You got like your father gave you the example. He ripped a $20 bill in half. Hey, that was enough for you. I didn't have my first kids or my daughter until I was 26 years old, and I was
Right.
well out of college then. But I think it goes back to a lot of young men grow up without a father. They don't have the guidance to teach them and to motivate them to become greatness. And what happens is, we grew up in an environment where, you know, you got a lot of women some young men, they only know what they grow up and what they see, and even when I grew up, hey, I was exposed to nice, beautiful young women, even to this day. But I had that father guidance that told me, hey, you might want to consider this. And my dad, he always gave me that look out of his eye when I told him stuff like that. He was like, "Are you sure?" I knew right then and there, hey, I need to question my judgment. So some of us grew up without good judgment skills, and like I said, most of us, like myself and you, we grew up where we was blessed to have the guidance. And our counterparts, the Caucasian, a lot of them have, you know, two parents in a home, and it's stuff that we tolerate and that we indulge in that they not gonna even stand for. I've
Mm,
seen it happen.
mm,
They tell their kids, at least the ones that I grew up and that stayed in the suburbs, they will send their child to get an abortion to make sure they go to college. I've seen it
mm,
happen. Whereas we, if a young lady get pregnant in her teens, we sit there and we glorify it. Oh, congratulations, you're having a baby. That's the baby having a baby. How are we going to glorify this? So it goes back to where we don't have the dads in the home because a lot of the young men had to fend for themselves. They had to learn. And unfortunately, we learn by trial and error. When we make a mistake, hey, oh, well, now you got somebody pregnant. So now we got to go through the school of hard knocks to take care of that child.
yep. I don't know if you all are able to see. I'm gonna pull up a video in a second, and this is another disturbing video and just another example. But before I get into that
We've got
video,
the documents from this case
hold on.
that were filed.
Hold on,
Some
hold
were
on, hold on,
filed
hold
in
on.
North.
But I'm gonna read this comment. Sachs says, in my opinion, athletes don't be having game like that because they used to getting what they want with no effort. Gold diggers know this and play their role long enough to get a check. That's a whole fact. That is a whole fact. Um, Let me play this video because Michael Strahan, the football player, was in a situation. I don't know if he's still going through the court battle now, but he was in a situation not too long ago where he was in court and he was going through the court battles where they were trying to get $500,000 out of him per month for child
Good
support.
Lord. Good Lord.
$500,000 a month in a child support battle. So I'm gonna play this fair use, and yeah, y'all
He was
take a
trying
look
to
at
get a
this.
house.
And this is from his wife. This wasn't no groupie. This is for his wife. Now here it is.
They want that a month, or is that what he owing back support?
A month.
They want $500,000 a month. So basically, they looking to get. Good Lord, have mercy. What's that? What that come out to, like? What, 6 million a year?
I think 7.2.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's real. And like I said, this was his wife. You know what I'm saying? They got a divorce. Fellas, this is not a game.
No.
This is very serious, and I take this very serious. I do not want to see young men, young nurses, young doctors, young truck drivers, young electricians, young plumbers, young men who are putting in that work. I do not want to see y'all taken down by this child support system because especially if you're a young man, because that is the quickest way to derail your success.
Yes. Yes.
That
Your
is the
dream, your
quickest
future.
way
Yes.
to derail your success is having a baby by a woman that you should not have had one with. That is
Yep.
the quickest way to derail your success. Y'all have got to be careful. PJ Washington is just another example of another athlete who got caught up in the fuckery. And that's just what it is. It's pure, unadulterated fuckery that could have been prevented. This woman is known. And like I said, I can't even blame her at this point. I cannot blame her because she's going to do what she's going to do. And guess what? This ain't gonna be her only baby. She gonna get
I was just finna say that she ain't gonna stop with him.
no. And some
Yeah.
other dude. I mean, look at Scottie Pippen's wife, his ex-wife, Larissa Pippen, messing with Future and all these younger dudes, and she's a real old broad. She's like what? In that world, she's an old broad. Let me look up and see how old she is. Larissa Pippen, his wife.
She knocking on 50 somewhere in there.
Let me see how old she is. She gotta be. She knocking on. She 47.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She 1 year younger than me.
Running around with these college young basketball players and everything like that, and I get it. You know, you want the older chicks because a lot of these older chicks be having things in their arsenal and things they haven't done to you. You ain't never had experience before. And she be doing little stuff to make your toes curl because she an old broad. She got experience. She can do that type of stuff. And a lot of you niggas get caught up in that. A lot of you niggas get caught up in some of the old little tricks and all the game that she spitting to you in your ear. And like I said, telling you how fly you are, how good you make her come, and all this type of shit. All that little shit that niggas like to hear. That young, egotistical niggas like to hear.
She got experience dribbling balls. Yeah. All that good stuff.
Sack says, I like to know how childcare could be over $100K a month. Is there a certain type of baby formula or Gucci diapers that us regular folks don't know about? Man, that's real talk. But yeah,
no kid need $100,000 a month,
dude.
I mean, I was scratching my head when I heard people paying $1,000 a month. Like, whoa, you know?
Man, listen, bro. This is getting real crazy out here. Like, but it's so many examples of dudes and athletes who have gone broke from child support. Like, when are you niggas going to get it? like what has to, how many dudes have to keep suffering? And this is why the movement against, this is why Kevin Samuels gets so much backlash, because he is starting to wake a lot of these cats up. Danielle says daycare is more than $1,000 a month. I saw actually when I went to go get my haircut last week, I was right across the street from a daycare, and that mug said $150 a week for child care.
That's
for
and it's cheap in.
And it says starting at $150. So I'm just like, well, what goes into child care to where it could be more? Does it depends on how young or how old the child is, or what the child needs, or if the child has special needs, or whatever the case may be? Like, I don't know what goes into that, but that's wild. $150 a week. She said the younger, the more it costs. Okay, so $150. She said the $150. That's for the older kids. That's wild. That's why. Listen, fellas, I'm not gonna sit up here and advocate tricking, but I will understand at this point in the game, because of how savage it is, you might be better off just going to get an escort at this point. I'm not finna sit up here and I'm not finna sit up here and advocate prostitution and tricking and everything, but with the seriousness of this game now, you may be better off just doing that. What do you think, Ted?
Yeah, it'll save them about $195,000 a month. I'm just saying. I mean, either go get an escort, or I mean, not that I know, but
I'm just saying, like,
grab you a condom, throw some KY in, and do what you gotta do.
Sex says child support.
But you know what? Guys do that, man. Don't like.
Yeah. He said, hold on, I'm gonna read Danny's comments. Sack said child support shouldn't go over $10,000 a month for rich people. That is more than enough to take care of a child. Danny says, why not bank your supermarket and get a vasectomy? If you balling, and that worry.
Yes. I
Oh,
was gonna bring that up next. Hey,
bank your
just keep
sperm. Okay, that's a good
bank it,
idea.
go get a vasectomy, and just keep sticking that empty pipe to it until she figure it out.
Yeah, hey, Danny, I'm gonna send you the link if you just want to hop on for. I don't know if you're busy or not, because Danny, she got sons, so I would love to know what type of game she would give her sons as a mother, and that's what I was gonna say too. Like, ladies, like y'all still have to be careful because a lot of y'all have sons. A lot of y'all have
Yeah.
talented sons. A lot of y'all have smart sons.
Yep.
A lot of y'all have sons with
Got
a lot
future
of
doctors,
potential.
lawyers, engineers,
Yes, with a lot of
entrepreneurs, nurses, truck
yes,
drivers.
with so much potential.
And
And
see. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. What was you about to say?
And see, not to cut you off, but we can individualize this like the young man's the basketball player. But if you look at it as a whole, if you look at it as a family, as a community, it robs the black community because now we have another young man that goes out and get caught up in the game, and he did not become that doctor that was going to come up with a cure, maybe for a disease, or he did not become that engineer that designed that next greatest invention. It robs the black community as a whole because 9 times out of 10, if you get somebody pregnant, you know, yeah, you can struggle and work to get through your 4 years in college to try to reach your goals, but you're just making it hard for yourself.
Yeah.
So it not only affects you as the individual, but it affects the community, and it robs you from your living your potential of having achieving the so-called American dream. So yeah, I mean, growing up, I mean, my mom, there was 5 of us. I was the second oldest, three under me and one over me. And I didn't understand, but my mom kept it real with us. She said, hey, you and Vaseline can be your best friend. And I didn't know what she mean because I was young and dumb, but I figured it out, man. It's serious out here. I mean, it's real.
We got my sis on here. Shout out to sis who came in and showed out last night. Came, came up and showed out last night. What's going on?
Nothing much, just at work. I be trying to catch your live. They be interesting.
Grinding. So, Danny, you got sons. Your sons got the potential to be anything in the world they want to be: athletes, football players, nurses, doctors, lawyers. What game would you give to your sons as a mother to prevent them from being the next PJ Washington?
So, I mean, I think we sit on the opposite side about this child support thing. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with a woman getting child support. I know the people are like, oh, that's too much, but it's like if that was his wife, I could see if it was just some chick, but this was his wife.
No, it was some chick. She was some.
Oh, okay, so they wasn't actually like together in a relationship.
No.
She just had a baby and just getting this money.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well then, so
she was
the game that I'm giving my kids is to get wives. My 5-year-old, he said when he get married, I'm gonna be his wife, but he had to be informed that I couldn't be his wife. So all the time, all he do is walk around going, I can't wait to get a wife. I can't wait to get a wife. So I mean, that's just like some people raise their girls to aspire to marriage. I raise my boys to aspire to marriage. I don't want them out here with everybody. It's not no point in that.
Good point. I agree with that.
Right,
I mean, I feel like because as you get older, this whole pump and dump thing, especially now, it's not worth it in this case because we know that a lot of these people have targets on their back, especially with young men who have so much potential. This chick was known to go into the basketball college games and scouting these dudes out.
I mean, that been happening.
Yeah, since the beginning.
But I just feel like it's worse for my babies. My biggest fear for my children is not that they're gonna have to pay child support. My biggest fear is that they're gonna get tricked and they're gonna end up with a man.
Oh boy, you trying to go down a whole different lane.
I mean, I'm just saying, we talking about me having kids and what my fear is. Paying child support, if you end up in a marriage that doesn't work, then that is just what happens. That's a risk you take. I mean, but I'm more fearful that they making it so they can take off they sex off of their birth certificate. Because initially when it first started happening, I was like, when they bring home women, I'm gonna be like, you need to bring your birth certificate like it's a job interview, because I need to know what you was born at. But now they're saying that they're gonna be able to take that off of your thing. So I said, I gotta come up with a way that I could poke their finger like a diabetes test and checks for the X, Y's, and XX chromosomes, because I don't give a fuck how good you look. I want some grandkids.
Yeah.
And my baby not about to end up with you, and you end up being a man acting like you a woman with a fertility issue. No.
Oh, that's gonna be a good topic for the next show. I mean, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Let me get y'all.
That's crazy.
Let me show y'all some of these comments. Sack says you might as well trick. It's cheaper. You getting what you want with no headaches. Brianna says you will be surprised how many guys told me they are trying to trap me. Crazy thing is, I ain't even a nurse yet. Men be trying to secure that bag. Also, that's a whole fact. We're gonna get into that. That's a whole fact. And look, Sack said, shout out to Kevin Federline and Gabriel Aubrey. Every now and then, men are on the receiving end and getting that check. Yes, Kevin Federline gave you niggas the blueprint. Kevin Federline got a check out of Shar Jackson and Britney Spears. Shout out to Kevin Federline. He gave y'all the blueprint and
so
did
why
it.
you be mad at the women, but you be cheering on the men when they doing the same thing?
I be trolling. I like to see the payback. I don't think it's good in any scenario, though. I don't think people should get robbed of the things that they work for unjustly, but it's funny when it happens. So I'll be trolling.
Well, at least you can admit that you be trolling, because I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
Oh yeah. I don't listen. I would tell all, especially women who make a lot of money, entertainment. Y'all should sign prenups. You should make these men sign prenups. That's stupid for you not to do so. If you're a woman, like, come on, like, look at Mary J. Mary J out here struggling right now, doing all these tours, and she got to pay for that spousal support. Finessed. Nigga finessed her. Oh yeah, it happens sometimes.
I mean, they was together for a long time.
Well, she's getting that. She got to get that bag now because he got to get that bag. He got to get paid. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have to, fellas. This has been happening way too long. But let me talk about what Brianna said. She brought up a good point, though, because you do have men that trap out here in the game. I like to call those professional baby daddies, especially when they see a chick who's out there working and grinding and everything like that. They feel like that it's going to make them stay with them because they know women are emotional, and they know that women tend to lead with their emotions most of the time. Not in all situations, but hey, if I have a baby with this chick, we good. Now, all women ain't cut like that. Some of these chicks will cut your ass off quickly if you have a baby with them. But yeah, so y'all ladies, y'all got to be careful. To all my female nurses out there, to all my young female nurses, y'all be careful, because these dusty niggas gonna try to trap you too. They're gonna try. You know what I'm saying? She said drop the link. She want to join. It's in the description, but I'll drop it right here. Yeah, why did Danny show out last night?
Still bringing it up.
We needed that.
I missed the performance. I missed it.
Yeah, y'all go back and watch that replay. Hey, you had Didi in here rolling. Didi was in here rolling. Shout out to KC, man. I got love for KC, but it was I thought it was a good back and forth.
Man, I was so annoyed. I was just like, she not listening.
But what you said last night was I thought that was a bomb. I wish I had the sound effect when you said sometimes you have to, I forgot what you said. Sometimes you have to get with a woman.
Sometimes women be womany and they need another woman to woman with them.
Man, that's a shirt right there. We're going to have to get that on the shirt.
Because there were so many men, and I feel like everything I said was what y'all was thinking, and y'all was trying to say it. Everybody was trying to say it to her respectfully. Even the two women that was on there was agreeing with y'all and trying to let her know respectfully, but they had small barks. And her bark was a little bit bigger. So I had to come a little bit bigger.
Well, respect. I enjoyed the back and forth. We need more excitement. That was very exciting. That's why I wanted to go on for a hot little minute. I sat there with a smirk and I said, I'm gonna let this ride for a second. Let that ride for a second. But it was dope. I enjoyed the whole conversation. But Fellas, I'm waiting for Brianna to come in, but here she is right here. Let me see. Brianna, you in here. A shout out for y'all to being up so early. What y'all doing up so early? Well, y'all
I'm
all
at work.
Early, man.
Yeah, I'm at work.
Early. It's like almost 10 o'clock. It ain't early.
all right. Y'all where y'all bosses at? I know Teddy, you on the road. They ain't saying nothing. Y'all off the floor.
I ain't got no boss.
Mine just
Right.
left, actually. I'm
Oh,
doing a double today.
you doing a double? Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate you being here. Brianna, baby mamas, child support, people trying to get the bag off the athletes. Have you ever wanted to trap a man before?
Oh God, no. Cause I believe in karma. I don't want that to come back on me.
You never
But
tried to you never seen a little baller in your neighborhood and they say, man, he
oh
balling,
yeah.
he got it going
I'm
on.
not gonna lie.
He look
I'd say
good. Well, I
about
would love to
one
have his baby.
athlete. I have one athlete. I ain't just swearing out to you. I only had one. Only one
Mm.
athlete that slid into my Twitter DM, and it ain't go too far. But I
But did
mean,
the thought cross your mind? I could be his trap queen.
no, mm-mm, no. I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you. No,
Never.
I ain't finna
I
try
ain't
to
mad
trap
at that.
nobody.
Gotcha.
Boy, if I have kids and if I wanna, have a family, I wanna do that like genuinely. I don't wanna do that for the love of money. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's what it all
Yes.
comes down to. A lot of these females just having kids because of the paycheck. Like if it wasn't for the money and the benefits that do come with kids, a lot of people wouldn't be having kids. But that's a whole nother story.
Danny Didi said I was screaming in the house. Started from the bottom. Now we here. Yeah, she was
Man, because she tried to
That's why.
listen. Even though Kevin Samuels be irking my soul, I never disagree with what he's saying. It be just how he say it. But she was a low value woman. Kevin Samuels would call her a low value woman because she was trying to shame y'all into what y'all thinking, calling y'all insecure and all of these things about how y'all felt. And then when I got on, she thought she was gonna do the same thing to me, talking some, you sound like you from the gutter. Boo, I am. And
Ooh, I gotta go watch this show.
it was a good show.
you trying to call me names ain't doing nothing to me because I haven't didn't nobody call her no name. Even when I came on as angry as I was, I didn't call her no name. I don't have to call you no name,
Mm,
but you're still wrong.
mm. Yeah, it was a good show. I can't wait for next week. But so if you had a son, Brianna, because you just joined, what kind of advice would you give your son to avoid the pitfalls and avoid the issues that PJ Washington is currently going in right now? Because Brittany Renner, she's known for trying to get with the athletes. She slid into Kaepernick's DMs, but Kaepernick wasn't having that. He made her fly herself out. She didn't get flued out. Kaepernick said, "Oh no, we're not falling for that." So she's known to get with the athlete. This woman is a self-admitted uh, person who has unprotected sex with athletes, entertainers, and regular dudes. She's an IG model. So if your son came to you and said, "Mama, mama, it's this bad little thing. She fine in the mud. You got a successful son. He a lawyer. He bringing in 400,000 a year. Mama, I got a bad little thing. She a nice little exotic looking chick. You know what I'm saying? I think I want to get her off the market. But she an IG model. She got stuff out there. What would be your advice for her, Brianna? For your son, I mean.
I'm gonna tell him not to be. I'm gonna tell him not to be dumb. Number one, if you are gonna be messing around with people, protect yourself. Like seriously, rap. Don't be silly. Rap that Willie. Okay, that's my little slogan. I even tell my brother that because listen here. Okay, people be trying to go for that. Don't fall for that pretty face, slick talk. You get what I'm saying? Like people be looking so good. I'm gonna take for dudes because I date men. Dudes be looking real good and stuff, and they don't got nothing to offer. Then they be trying to slick talk me like I'm retarded, and you know, trying to get they one little too. They want something out the deal, So don't fall for
Mm.
that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that slick talk. People can talk a real good game. They really can. People could talk their way into almost anything, especially if you dealing with a professional finesser. Okay, you got finessing. You got a professional finesser.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Kyle Riesling, aka Metaphor, shout out to Kyle. He said she was grooming him and was there since he was 16. How about sisters watch Predatory Sisters?
Mm.
What are y'all thoughts on that?
She was around that boy since he was 16.
She's 29 right now. He's 22. So yep, she was a. That's what they say. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. That's what I'm just going by what Kyle's saying right now.
Man, that's stalking. She's a
Professional
predator.
finesser. Professional
Well,
finesser.
hopefully she ain't do nothing with that boy.
She got
Before then.
pregnant by him. Oh, before then.
Well, before then, but
It's a good
If-
chance.
I don't know.
if she followed him from the age of 16, we're talking like what, 7-8 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Yeah. Yep. So she
You
was
got-
what? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. She's about 23, 24
Mm-hmm.
at the time. So
Lord have
she was
mercy.
following him since high school.
Ooh, she was plotting. They started out young, don't they? Ooh.
Plotting. She had a
I didn't
master
hear
plan.
nothing. What happened?
That's the plan. That's why I say some gonna win, some gonna lose. Some of these women know they don't got the smarts to do what they have to do. Some of these women know they have to rely on what they got, and some of what they got is their looks. And I can't be mad at them. I can't be mad at them for that. Some of them know that some of these women have the gift of gab. Some of these women know how to talk. Some of these women know how to
Yeah.
tell these dudes what they want to hear. Sack said, can't even get upset at her for finessing. Usually, Danny had to go. Probably she had to get back to the flow. Shout out to Danny for coming in. Can't even get upset at her for finessing. Usually, some will have trouble seeing red flags, but this chick literally have a video and a book about all her activities, and he still fell for it. He still fell for it. Sack says 16. I thought that's when he started college. I didn't think it was before college. I'm not sure. I don't know for a fact, but if that was the case, that is very predatory behavior.
Wow.
Real behavior. That's
I
crazy.
got a question. I want to know, is this a generational thing? Because I ain't going to put nobody on the spot that I know in my personal life. But I do know it's some generational curses that keep going on and on and on. So I want to know, was her mom a finesser like that? Was grandma a professional finesser? You know, was grandma back in the day doing
Yeah.
one little too and just passed on?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Danny, what you think?
All I heard was the tail end of it. I don't know what had happened to my speaker. That's when I had left and came back in.
What Brianna had asked was, do you think it's a generational thing? Because do you think her mom was a potential finesser and all that kind of stuff? Maybe that's where she got it from.
I don't know. Maybe her mama was struggling and she just felt like she didn't want to struggle and she was going to follow it in the other people's footsteps. Ain't no telling.
That made me think about Steve Harvey's wife, Lori Harvey.
And her daughter.
Yeah. I'm not mad at Lori Harvey though. I like Lori Harvey. A lot of people don't like Lori Harvey, and I do like Lori Harvey because I feel like Lori Harvey is a secret keeper, but she learned the game from her mother. Her mother married a good simp. Shout out to Steve Harvey.
A good
Shout
Not
out.
a simp.
She married a good simp. And shout out to Steve Harvey. You know, she was dating, her mother allegedly was dating a kingpin before him, a drug kingpin, who she had her baby by, because that's not Steve Harvey's real daughter, that's his stepdaughter. Well, not saying he ain't his real daughter, but I'm just saying it's not a biological daughter. But here's the thing, her mother gave her the game, but she did it the right way. Lori Harvey is always going to win if she stays following in the path she does. Lori Harvey, she keeps her mouth shut. Number one, Lori Harvey knows how to build trust within these men. Now, Brittany Renner has a target on her back. You barely hear what Lori Harvey even sounds like. I don't even think I've ever heard her speak. She's been with several men in the industry, and none of them have anything bad to say about her. None of them, not even Future, don't have anything bad to say about her. And if she continues to go down that path, she's with Michael B. Jordan now. She's going to win because she's beautiful, she's fit, she's in shape, and she's quiet, and she's extremely feminine. And a woman that can keep your secrets is a woman who's always going to win. So I don't know.
I wonder if they're even real relationships, or since she a hot topic, how women jump on men to get clout if they doing that with her, and that's just what they doing.
That could be the case. But she got Michael B sprung right now. Michael B be all on IG and this my lady. I love her and everything. So whatever she's doing is working. I think Michael B might end up marrying her. And good for them. Good for them. Cause she, she has a hit. People be like, Lori Harvey's this and Lori. No, Lori Harvey's doing it the right way. If you're going to finesse a man, at least make him feel good about it. At least make him feel good about it and not put his business all up in that. I feel like if she had a child, you probably wouldn't even know, because that's how she keeps her private life pretty much to herself, and she doesn't talk much. She's very elegant. She's not out here being ratchet. She don't make IG videos. She don't write tell-all books. Men can respect that. They can respect that. Even if you've been with a lot of dudes and people know you've been with a lot of dudes, she's a secret keeper. She's not out here reckless like that. Okay, I can rock with that. She keep her mouth closed. All right.
Yes, sir.
You're right.
You gonna finesse them, at least make them feel good.
Make a good point.
If I'm gonna make me feel good about spending my money. If you're gonna trick me out of doing
DJ.
I'm just saying. If I'm gonna trick and do all that stuff, at least make me feel good about it. Because, like I said, ladies, men are very simple. Very simple.
Yeah, we don't ask for much.
We don't ask for much.
No, we don't.
It's not hard to do.
No, it's not.
Let me see. Oh, hold on.
We just want peace, and we want to be successful and make money.
Corinne Steffens got a baby daddy and a husband. Men don't care about that.
And she wrote a whole book.
Sure
that was
did.
Superhead, wasn't it?
Superhead, yeah. Now
she
know.
Like, they didn't even know her real name when she was out here.
And your whole MO is known for sucking dick. That's what you're known for.
Oh, no.
But a nigga still married you. Nigga still married. And this is what, fellas, we gotta do. God, we gotta do better. Rumor was out about LaMelo Ball messing with her friend Tiana Trump. They want them rookies before they learn the game. Yes, sir. So target
like, men want the young women. If that's what the woman doing, she gonna want him before he get out there and learn what's going on too. It makes sense.
Make total sense. And that's why fellas got to be aware. You do not put your seed just anywhere. Like, if y'all niggas gonna have sex with these women, why you got to do it raw?
That's what I don't understand.
Like, why you have to do it raw? Like, and put
like old dirt dog.
You said what?
They like old dirty bastard. Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
Oh my god. Yep. Until you get that check summons.
It's better than the sexually transmitted disease. Baby.
Just put on a condom. Like, how hard is that?
It must be very hard.
People crazy.
It ain't nothing like the real feeling, dog.
He would be getting trapped. He would be getting trapped.
$1,500 a month. Knowing I had to pay $1,500 a month would keep my dick soft. I'm sorry. $1,500 a month for child support. I'm sorry. It will keep it soft. I'm sorry. My money means a lot to me, and I'm going to protect my seed the right way.
$1,500. That's only 3 days.
I don't care. Why would I don't want to give it up? No. Oh yeah.
That's 324,000 over the course of the baby 18 years. You just pay that.
It'll be more than that because we get increases and you're gonna make more money.
So no.
They gonna be your bonuses.
Well, I'm very happy with mine, and we good. So I just, Lord have mercy. It's just my heart go out for some of these guys. That's $200,000 a month. Let's just say he is paying $200,000 a month.
Yeah, but they allow their dick to make a slave out of them.
Yeah, $200K. Let's do it. 200,000 times 12.
2.4 million.
2.4 times 18. God, 43,200,000. This woman is set for the rest of her natural life.
If she know how to take care of it, the women don't be knowing how to spend no money.
Look here, if I was an accountant, I'll be all in her inbox.
They don't be having no accountant.
I'll be trying to finesse her.
Right.
Just like wasn't it Nas' baby mama was complaining because her babies was 18 and she was homeless?
Oh, was that nice? Or I think that might have been Dwayne Wade. I don't know if it was because Khalees doing good right
It might have been both of them. Is Khalees' only baby mama?
I'm not. Oh, you're right. I think his baby mama named Carmen.
Look, I'm like, no, boo. That's the repeat
you're
story.
right.
These hoes, I mean, these
Yeah.
women don't know how to spend no money.
Yeah, you're right. Carmen. I think his first baby mama was Carmen. I think she might be a porn star too, allegedly. I don't know.
She should have money then.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Shout out to the fellas that can take care of their business the right way. Hard game though. Yeah, it says
That ain't no way. Cause when it
Carmen. It said Nas' first baby mama, Carmen Bryan, is homeless. Carmen has been homeless since last summer. Nas stopped sending her monthly support checks. He continued to send her support checks after the child was 18. Lord have mercy. He better than me because I wouldn't have sent her shit. Nothing.
Hey.
It says that maybe because I'm not in their position, so I don't understand. But these dudes can get just about any woman they want, but they choose to go after the known thoughts who everyone is sharing. That's crazy too, because you would think in that circle that they in, I would think that the circles tend to be small, and everybody knows everybody. Everybody screws with everybody. Why do these dudes want to smash the chick and really smash the chick raw? That they homies or they teammate or they peers is running up in raw. I don't understand. And I get it, unless she a virgin, she done been with people, but why do you want so many people why do you want a woman that she done been with a lot of your peers? Like that don't make sense to me.
Because they be hearing the stories and they be want to know if it's true.
They be like, hey bro, I heard that she make your toes curl with the tricks she can do and all that stuff. Teddy, why do you think?
It's the thrill, I guess. The camaraderie, and she's the team hope. But somebody gonna get caught, and he just happened to be the one to get caught because she's telling you, "Hey, man, I was scared to be the woman."
I was just about to say that, Dee. I was just about to bring her up.
She had sex with two people.
What was you about to go ahead, Danny? What was you gonna say?
Just like what Diddy just said, even Dr. Dre's daughter. I mean, even though it's his daughter, like she don't know how to spend no money. She broke too. Why she got a car that costs $2,300 every 3 weeks? Like, what are you doing? Spending the money like that. He gave her an allowance, even though they hadn't talked for almost 20 years. He was still giving this woman. She got 4 kids. Hopefully, all them kids by the same man, but I kind of doubt it. But you got 4 men. I don't want to do it like that. You got multiple men that you had babies by. Your daddy was still taking care of you. Why he was taking care of you? Why didn't you take some of that money and go buy a house? Why didn't you take some of that money and go to school? Why didn't you do something so that you can support yourself? You worried about him tricking his money off on these women, these mistresses, but they fucking and sucking for that. You can't do that for your daddy. And he don't owe you nothing.
At all.
They earning that money. You don't even talk to your daddy. You talking to his lawyer. Like if you was a smart young lady, you would become your dad's best friend. If I had a rich daddy and maybe we ain't had no relationship, I would come up with a business idea. I would try to be an assistant. If you're not gonna give me an allowance, at least I'm gonna be an employee. I don't mind earning the money, but you about to give me some money.
What made him cut her off is that she wanted a record deal and Dr. Dre said no. So she decided that she was gonna put out a tell-all book. And that's when he cut her off. As he should have.
Well, she need to write the damn book.
As she should have. I think that hustle was dried up.
She cut off her allowance because she didn't get a record deal? Wow.
Yeah, he didn't want her up in that lifestyle. And she was like, well, I'm doing a tell-all book. And he said, all right, well, you cut off.
I didn't even know that was why he cut her off. But even still, he still told her when he was going to do it. He still didn't just do it abruptly.
Dude said they be on drugs. Sack said Selena Powell is a prime example. It's like an initiation that they must go through or something. How the whole industry passing her around. Yeah, that's wild.
Selena Powell.
I don't know. Let me see. Who is Selena Powell? Maybe she an Instagram groupie or something like that. I don't know. Oh, she's an OnlyFans person. All right. And she's said she slept with over 7 NBA players. I don't understand it. And these chicks don't be that good looking. Like they like I don't understand. And it's crazy how these dudes get so caught up. But
You might have the
looks.
trick that young Jock was saying. Oh, girl got on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. He said that she be sucking dick with her feet or some shit.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's early. I'm about to get back and study a little bit. I'm gonna give everybody a last word, chance to say what they want to say. I'm gonna start with Danny. Go ahead.
I like what Brianna said. Wrap your willy, protect your willy, wrap it up. Whatever she said, that's it.
Don't
Like,
be silly. Wrap your willy.
don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
That's right. I tell all my male friends, my brothers, don't be silly.
Yes, for the women and the men. Nobody be silly. Y'all all need to protect yourself.
Yeah. Brianna, go ahead. Any last words?
No, I just said my last slogan, bro.
Got you. Teddy, anything you want to add? Last words?
Nope. I'm going to end on Brianna. I think she said it best. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
That's right.
Alrighty then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up today's broadcast. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate all the people who joined me on the show this early. I have to work later on this evening, so I'm gonna prepare for that, study a little bit, and get to the bag. So I will holler at everybody later.
Peace.
Bye.
Out.